Kia ora koutou. Hey, we're going to try and see if we can show you how we do our roping in the tunnels. We'll just try and take it bit by bit. Some of it, most of it, you might already know, but it just might be a couple of things that are new to you that might help. So yeah, we've got a couple of ropes that have snapped on this one, so we'll just show you how we do it. Single rope and with 2 buckets system. So we'll set that up. Not sure how everyone sets their ropes up, but here's what we use. Buckets, obviously, where the rope feeds out nice and smooth, even to the point of where when you've cut your little ties of these bundles of rope, that this part is feeding out from the top, as opposed to if I flip that over, this would be coming up through there, and then just makes it more susceptible to creating knots, and pretty much hard to get it back once it starts that. Bye. So on our what is it, our steel ring that we throw over, that's going to be used to pull the ropes backwards and forwards. We've bought a coloured rope, so it's I guess distinguishable from the black rope when you're pulling it over and untying it. We used to use that black rope as the one that pulled over backwards and forwards on tunnels, and it just became sometimes confusing. So getting a different coloured rope, whatever, red, yellow, ours just happens to be yellow. So yeah, James will chuck that over and then we'll start.
See the wind's coming away.
So here's our steel ring. There's the yellow rope for James, who's going to pull it over, and this is the yellow rope on this side where we're going to pull it back. So there's our black rope that's feeding out of the bucket. So we'll start that now, pulling it over. Radio.
So this is the hoop that we're pulling our rope across, but I'll go ahead with our yellow rope, and when I'm pulling across, I'll go 1 hoop across.
Yep.
And then that just doesn't get twisted with our black rope.
With the black rope, we're
pulling it.
cool. So here it comes. So if you can see Kapo over there, he's keeping the 2 ropes apart. He's holding one in each hand, with that again stops it from getting tangled up. So here it is.
Black rope. Tight.
Hands all under our black rope.
And all I'm doing is doing
It's just going to loop.
oh, wait the cups.
Here
Yep.
we go, rightio, and then
And then
Kapo is going to. So this is the knot we have at this end. We're going to show you the knot. Yep.
main line, and then you're just tucking over.
Good. And then there's us pulling. And the reason James has done that is because this rope is tightening back on itself here. So every time he pulls it and tightens it, it's not gonna slip, pull back over to the other side. And then you just knot it off, cut it off, and then that's your first rope done. So there's that. That's our first rope done. So on this side, James just tying the black rope on again. So we're on the opposite side to where we just came from Te Kapo. So Te Kapo will now pull that back over. Sweet. So keeping these apart so that they don't tangle. And there it is, arriving on the other side. Over there, Kapo's taking off the black rope. He's going to do a loop. Do your loop. Hook it on to the...
And then I'll pull tight from this side.
Hook it onto the peg. And then James will tighten up from this side. Sweet. And then pulling from this side. Oh, there's a crazy dog. The crazy dog is running around, so it's James just tightening up. And
Still in the
then-
bucket, the rope. And then
Yep.
cut it.
Sweet. Cut it off. Things are a bit harder because we've got bird netting, and we've got old ropes there, so things have a tendency to get a bit tangled. But if you do a
Find
new
your
tunnel,
system.
if you're doing a new tunnel, obviously you won't have all of this in the way. But for us, it's the same system. It's just a bit slower when you've got all this stuff
Wonderful
hanging
mining
around.
ropes.
Right, yeah, and so that's it. So if we were going to keep going, we would just do that process all the way down, backwards and forwards, and much quicker with the 2 buckets and single ropes. Yeah. So anyway, fortunately we found somewhere that had broken ropes. It's the only one we could find in this tunnel. But yeah, kapoi. Yeah, message, phone, if there's anything else we can help with. Ngā mihi, have an awesome day.